Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not.
Right, that's another example. Call the scripture and read it.
Matthew 24:23. Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not.
Right, believe it not. Why is that? Let's read on.
For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they would deceive the very elect.
Right, like I said, everybody looks up to this guy Farrakhan as being a prophet. Everybody looks up to this guy, the Discomforter, as being a prophet. They even had skits where the Discomforter show himself that he can heal people, that he's got the power of God with him, the power of the Most High. Read that part again.
It said, and so much that if it were possible, okay, for there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders.
Right, like on the Discomforter's website, they had people, testimonials of people writing to him, asking him to heal them, to bless them, to make them prosperous, showing great signs and wonders. Same thing with Farrakhan, the same thing. Go on.
In so much that if it were possible,
go on,
they shall deceive the very elect.
Right, they shall deceive the very elect. But it's not possible. That's why we're making the show, to basically reveal these demons. Because Farrakhan is a demon, and this guy, Discomforter, he's a demon. But we're talking about Farrakhan. So let's go to, now he mentioned the book of, basically in scripture he mentioned the book of Isaiah, what is it, the 9th chapter, right? So we're going to go through that and break that down.
Isaiah chapter 9 verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder.
Right, and basically that's talking about Yahushua in a nutshell, all right? If you go to the book of, Hebrews 10 and 7, the prophecies that the prophets prophesied was about Yahushua. It wasn't about no damn Elijah Muhammad, all right? And like I said, nowhere in the Bible can you show me the Nation of Islam. But you niggas buy that shit. Sorry I had to curse, but that's how I feel, you know? You buy that crap. Where's the Nation of Islam in this Bible? It's not in there, all right? But anyway, let's go to the book of Hebrews 10 and 7.
Then said I, Lo, I come in the volume of the book.
Now this is the words of Yahushua. I come in the volume of the book, meaning this whole book. The prophecies that the prophets prophesied was about Yahushua. All right? Go on.
It is written of me to do thy will, O Most High.
Right. It is written of me to do thy will, O Most High. So go back to Isaiah 9.
Isaiah 9 and 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder.
Right. Unto us, meaning, who's this us now? Is it talking about the whole world? No, it's not. It's talking about the Israelites. Yahushua came and died and was rose again for the Israelites. Let's prove that. Let's go to Matthew 15 and 24. We can start there. Because that, again, this guy Farrakhan, he mentioned what? The Nation of Islam, right? Was Yahushua sent to the Nation of Islam? No, he was sent to the Nation of Israel. Who's the Nation of Israel? You so-called Negroes, you West Indians, you Puerto Ricans. You should know by now. If you're familiar with GMS, if you're familiar with the Israelite sites, you should know who you are by now. You should know that you're one of the tribes of the Nation of Israel. All right? Matthew 15 and 24.
Matthew chapter 15 and 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Now those were the words of the one the world calls Jesus Christ, which his Hebrew name is Yahushua. He said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He didn't mention anything about the Nation of Islam. Did he, brother? There's no mention of the Nation of Islam. So right there, that should give you a clue that this guy Farrakhan doesn't know what he's talking about. All right? Now, yeah.
Back in Isaiah 9 and 6, for unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder. I got a scripture because that government is speaking about Israel.
Right. Once again, it's talking about the children of Israel. Go on.
Matthew chapter 2 verse 4. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where Christ should be born. And they said unto him, In Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it is written by the prophets, And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor.
Out of thee shall come a governor, which links back up with Isaiah the 9th chapter. Go on.
That shall rule my people Israel.
That shall rule my people Israel. And it ain't talking about no Richard Prue, a.k.a. Elijah Muhammad. All right? It's not talking about that. Go on.
Isaiah 9:6, For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder.
So you know what that's talking about now when you go in the book of Matthew. It brings it out. It breaks it down. Go on.
And his name shall be called Wonderful.
And his name shall be called Wonderful. Go on.
Counselor.
Go on.
The mighty God.
Go on.
The everlasting Father. The Prince of Peace.
Right. You're going to tell me that Elijah, because like I said, the premise of his message was Elijah Muhammad fits that prophecy. You're going to tell me that he's the mighty God? He's the everlasting Prince? He ain't nothing but a man. All right? And a retard at that. A guy that was bugged out on his own philosophy. He believed that a white man, a so-called white man, an Ottoman Turk or Ottoman jerk by the name of Farad Muhammad, which he called Master Farad Muhammad, he believed that he was God. And he wasn't nothing but a rug salesman from Turkey, an Ottoman Turk. That's who the so-called Honorable Elijah Muhammad believed that was God. And even Malcolm X cursed this guy out, Elijah Muhammad. He found out he wasn't so honorable when he was fathering all those children and he wasn't taking care of them. So how honorable was this guy? Anyway, let's move on.
Luke chapter 24 verse 44. And he said unto them, These are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled which were written in the law of Moses and in the prophets.
Right, these are the words of Yahushua, which he was talking to a group of Israelites. This is after his death and when he was risen back up again. And he came in the midst of them. They were walking back to Jerusalem, and they didn't even know who he was because he had disguised himself. So he was saying these words to them because they were discussing scriptural things, you know. They were going back and forth. So he was explaining to them. Go on.
Which were written in the law of Moses.
He was telling them, look, go back and read 44 again.
And he said unto them, These are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled.
Right, that all things must be fulfilled. That's why I went on the cross. That's why the Romans did what they did to me. That's why Judas gave me up. It was all prophesied. It was all prophecy that had to be fulfilled. Because remember, Yahushua said, not one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all things be fulfilled. Go on.
Which were written in the law of Moses.
Right, the law of Moses, which, going back to the book of Deuteronomy, even Moses spoke about Yahushua. And we read that earlier today in the camp. In the book of Deuteronomy, the 18th chapter, the 15th verse. That prophet that would be sent, that's talking about Yahushua. Ain't talking about no Elijah Muhammad, like Farrakhan would have you believe. Go on.
And in the prophets.
And in the prophets, because Farrakhan, he mentioned the prophets. He mentioned the prophet Habakkuk. Right, and he mentioned the prophet Isaiah. Now in Habakkuk, you seen him, he's trying to describe the horns that was coming out of the hand, which shows he didn't know what the hell he was talking about. You know what that's talking about? That's talking about the chariots. All right, that's what that's talking about. And we're going to go into that. Go on.
And in the Psalms.
And in the Psalms. Now earlier we read Hebrews the 10th chapter, the 7th verse, where Yahushua said, I come in the volume of the book. So all the scripture is doing is reiterating what was said in Hebrews 10 and 7. Go on.
Concerning me.
All right, read it again from the top.
All right, and he said unto them, These are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled, which were written in the law of Moses, and in the prophets, and in the Psalms concerning me.
Right, concerning me. Who is this speaking? Yahushua.